What's going on, guys? How you guys all doing? Welcome back to another A1 UTV video. So a couple days ago, as you guys know, I purchased some new 35-inch tires with the intention of putting them on the race buggy so that way we can run in the 35-inch and up bounty course class. So, you know, that way we have an opportunity to win more cash. You know, we won $3,500 for winning first place in the small tire class. So one of the problems, what's up, buddy? So one of the problems that we had with the fitment was under significant turning, and when the suspension was up all the way at full bump, we were rubbing basically on the frame rail. It was close. We almost made it, but I probably could have put a little bit of a bracket lift on it and cleared, but I didn't want to do that. That makes their suspension a lot more stiff. I still want to be able to articulate like we need to be. So we went ahead and we purchased some new A-arms against, you know, like I didn't want to do this because I really like these boxed A-arms. They work really well. They're stout, they're strong. They might end up back on the machine at some point in time. But for right now, we need to get this situation solved and come up with a solution. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to show you guys what I came up with. Now, these A-arms are the original Atlas A-arms, the boxed version, high clearance, stock geometry from Super ATV. They came with a uniball setup. Now, while the uniball that theirs originally came with was absolutely horrible in my opinion, because they came with these little studs, right? Now these little studs were such a pain in the butt simply because these would back out all the time. And then do you see how chewed up it got? It got all chewed up like that simply because it would get just seized up in there. So what I ended up doing was I switched it out for some ZFG UTV studs. And these things are the bee's knees. Basically, they have a nylock nut on the top of them. So that way, you know, you can get a big O socket on there. I think it's a 3/4 socket. These things have been on there for a few years now.
These
3 years?
Tires.
3 years? Yep, those are the tires.
And the parts inside the tires are nuts.
Those are actually called lug nuts.
Lug nuts?
Yep, lug nuts. The real way the only way I could really get around not lifting my machine and still being able to clear 35s was to get some forward A-arms. Now there's tons of them around, but I need something that's adjustable. I need to be able to adjust my camber. Basically, what I ended up doing was I ordered some 2-inch forward A-arms from Super ATV. One of the biggest things that I try to promote with the race buggy is being affordable. If this whole racing thing isn't affordable, then what the hell am I doing it for? Because I'm trying to promote something to you guys that is you know, something that you guys can go do, right? That was the whole point of getting into the bounty course stuff, the short course racing stuff, you know, all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these 2-inch forward A-arms installed onto this machine, and we're going to have to make some adjustments. I've got some custom tie rods on this thing, so I can adjust them and extend them out. They're actually 1 inch longer than stock ones, so thankfully I don't have to use the tie rods that Super ATV supplied. Maybe I'll give them away to somebody. But I've got to do some correcting on it anyways. If you guys notice, I had to make a 3-point turn coming into the hairpin on like corner 4 at the bounty course. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make that corner one shot. So got some adjustments to make on my steering rack and get this thing lined up. Also forgot to tell you guys, my buddy James Shelley from Performance Side by Side Bushings got us hooked up with some kryptonite ball joints. So we got those too, just like our boys over at Bama Trail Riders. They've been rocking them things for a while. They beat on them pretty damn good, so we're gonna give them a shot. Supposedly they got a lifetime warranty. We'll see. See if we can break this stuff. These are Super ATV parts. I haven't broke them yet. Stay tuned. I'm gonna show you guys how to get this all done. All right. You got it?
Yeah.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks.
Okay guys, before we went ahead and lifted this thing up, we went ahead and we took off our limiting straps, jacked our machine up in the air, pulled our wheels off. We got our stuff sitting up on jack stands now. We're going to take off the tie rods, take off the whole hub assembly, let the brake dangle, and then what we're going to end up doing is pulling off the shock last, since it's basically supporting everything, and we'll get the A-arms pulled out.
Dad,
What's up?
these are tools because they're pliers.
That's right.
So I'll put those in the tool bag because they're tools.
Sounds good. So, I'm always talking about different things that Polaris does that really gets on my nerves. Here's one of them. These damn bolts for the A-arms, right? Look at this. Whoop. See it right there? Look where it's so conveniently placed. Look at that. It's tucked behind the damn plastic. It drives me crazy. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna sit here and notch that thing out, so that way we don't have to deal with that anymore. Okay, so we've got the upper and the lower on. Basically what I'm gonna do is, now that I've got this stuff in place, I only put the bolts in on the bottom because I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here. And I only put the bolt in for the shock because once I get the ball joints installed, I'm gonna install the hub assembly, put it in place. Then I'm gonna get another jack stand and I'm gonna lift my suspension up as if the machine was sitting on the ground. And I'm gonna get it prepared to get my alignment done. Sorry about my little man over there. It's always cleaning. So these are the kryptonite ball joints. You press this part in, you feed the cap in from the bottom, twist it on. I had to use a big old set of channel locks because I didn't have a crescent wrench or any size wrench big enough for that. This thing's freaking huge. But it's almost like a tapered fit, so as it starts to screw on, it actually gets tighter and tighter, kind of like an MPT fitting. And yeah, basically it snugs itself up, and you feel it once it bottoms out, and you'll know when to stop. Give it a little snug down and good to rock and roll. All right guys, well, it's the next morning. We went ahead and we put on the A-arms for the passenger side. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the other A-arms put on the other side. What I've done is I've lowered it down. I've gotten the machine pretty much level as if it was sitting on the ground, and I've put the jack stands underneath there. What we're gonna do now is, once we get this side put on, I'm gonna take the suspension, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position it up like so, and we're gonna find a good spot that we want, as if, something similar to stock. And then we'll do the same on the other side. And what we'll do is we'll take all of our measurements and we'll get our alignment done in this position. Then we'll reinstall our shocks and we'll put everything back together. All right, so now we're to the point to where we've got both of the A-arms on both sides. These are called the alignment sticks. This is what I use. I made these myself. Basically, they're just some little pieces of angle iron you bolt onto the hub there. Gives you a straight line to work off of, something to measure with. This is the alignment exactly how it was off the stock setup, and you can see how pigeon-toed we are. I put a 17-inch tie rod on here, which basically allowed me to use as much threads as possible. This is a good thing, because now when I go to do my adjustments, all I got to do is back this out, and these two things will come right together. I made these tie rods myself, and I made sure one side was reverse threaded and the other side was normal threaded, so that way when you spin it, it just either positions it out, or you twist it this way and it positions it in. Let's get to the alignment process. Start measuring. You ready to help me, little boy?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
But I just started putting tools in the tool bag.
All right, thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
All right, so we've got our alignment done. We've got basically everything tightened up, got a few more bolts to do, and then we're gonna set this thing on the ground and show you how she looks. All right, guys, let me give you a little bit of information here when it comes to these forward A-arms. If you notice, my brake line is going underneath the A-arm. There's a reason for that. So I'm running these XD wheels. These are 14s, bead locks. They have a small offset, nothing too crazy. I'm not exactly sure what the exact specs are. But once I put these on and I got my alignment set up, when I would turn, it would come in so close that it would literally start rubbing on the brake line, or it would come close enough to where I would consider that rubbing on the brake line. We got our alignment set up. We got our dust boots back on. I'm gonna go ahead and get these wheels on. Pull this sucker outside. We'll flip forward a couple days, and I'll get those 35s put on. Show you guys what it looks like. It's a lot of work getting them damn things off of one machine, put on another, because you're changing tires all the time. One sweet thing that I got the other day, though, was this freaking awesome impact gun. I've definitely enjoyed having this thing the past couple days. So. All right, we'll jump forward a couple days, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Here we go. All right, so we're back. I'm gonna get this thing pulled out, get the Turbo S pulled in, we'll pull those tires off, then we'll put the 33s on the Turbo S, then we'll pull that back over to the other side of the garage, then we'll pull the race buggy in here, we'll take these wheels off, we'll put the 35s on it, and then we'll see what she does. Alright, let's start this thing up. So now you can see that with these forward A-arms, it's put our hubs quite a bit forward, a couple inches. Now, one of the big key things that this was like, a reason why this was a good thing, was because with it positioning our hubs forward, it actually gives us a tighter steering radius. I'll explain that in another video, but essentially, it allows the steering rack to put a higher angle on the hub itself. So when I steer around things, I'll be able to steer a lot sharper, hopefully helping us get through these, get through that hairpin in the bounty course. So now you can see we have all that extra space, and when the suspension comes up, if anything, I might rub that plastic a little bit, but I ain't really worried about it. Heck yeah. Hey guys, I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and let me know what you think in the comments. If you guys made it through to the end, give me a thumbs up in the comments. I appreciate you guys' support. We'll see you guys out on the next one. Take care. Hey Caden.